Data is not. It's like every other thing. If you apply yourself, you fly. Focus on your fundamentals. If somebody is training you, ask why. If they don't have time to tell you why, pen it down. Go and look for why. I think AI will take some of our jobs.
Hi DataPod family, welcome back to another episode of the DataPod where our conversations connect to dots. Yeah, we miss you guys once again. I'm here with my, you know them. You already know them. Their face is already clear. Their shoe is shining. So I don't need to talk too much. I'm not the main character. Samuel, don't do like that. See the main character. So this is your vibe today. What's going on? What's going on? Look at him now. See, you would have told us the memo because it still is
playing to you. Counting the number of times you used to enter me.
No, I'm not entering you, but don't take a look at yourself. Come on.
What?
Like the trad is giving Lagos boy
I cannot keep myself now.
You don't look like a data professional. You look like CEO. Let me just tell you. Yes, now because you are going to employ us now. No, but look at Raj. Even Samuel is giving. I don't want to say Gen Z. He's giving some boy
entry level.
See as the color,
entry level.
the color of his shirt is just sitting on his skin. But you know what is more amazing than sitting down beside one handsome man, sitting down between two handsome men.
Guys, don't believe her.
Yeah. Welcome back again, guys. I'm very sure you enjoyed our last episode where we brought a very insightful, very intelligent guest for you. And, we are about to take it a notch higher. So if you can grab that much insight from Babatunde, just imagine what, you get from this, our new guest. So we have an amazing guest in our midst. He's also a very tall gentleman. He's very handsome. He's very...
Everybody is gentle, everybody is handsome.
No, but you guys, wait until you hear his biography. I'll read directing. So let's not be saying, Favor said, then my guys will start saying I'm the one whining them. I will just read the biography. Okay. So our guest is a data engineer and business intelligence professional with 8+ experience. He has experience cutting across consulting, FMCG, education and fintech. To make it easy. So currently he works in the fintech space. He is passionate about leveraging data and technology to solve complex business problems and drive innovation.
It's not basic.
It's not complex. Basic. It's
okay, now.
Yeah, taking the notch.
No, I'm just telling you. I have to build.
That's complex. Yeah.
So his diverse industry background provides unique insight into how modern data stack, which is what we'll be talking about today, is transforming organization across different sectors. He brings practical, real-world perspective on data engineering, business intelligence, and evolving landscape of data tools and technologies. Ladies and gentlemen,
where's that bell?
This thing seems like inaugural lecture kind of vibe. Like you are really
citation.
No, but I just have to, because even myself, I don't even know I'm able to sit down, beside such. But guys, we have Samuel. We have Samuel the. Will I say this?
Samuel,
but when the second,
it's in the.
No, but you know what our Samuel can give you. So you now imagine what another Samuel.
But I've been seeing Samuel that are data professionals now. Like at my job,
yeah, we have
I think we have like 4 Samuels.
Samuel, what's going on? Two of us should tell us what's going on. Like Samuel is taking over.
It's an hereditary thing, It's a bloodline. Don't worry.
Let's hear from him. Like, you tell us, spill it. See what's going on.
I don't know.
I don't know. So, like, how many Samuel? Like in your 8 years, how many Samuel have you met?
Like hundreds.
I think a lot, but I mean, we're friends. I know Samuel.
Okay.
But I know some other Samuels. I've taught a lot of Samuels, but I know this Samuel.
Okay, Samuel, how are you?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's everything to have you. And we know that you're going to dish a lot of hot takes today.
Break
tables.
I'll try my best.
I'm about to take from not just you, everyone here, but yeah, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
You look good as usual. I mean, we're not expecting anything less. We have standard here.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
so Simon, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Something interesting. Yeah.
Outside of what you said, so hi everyone, I'm Samuel, another Samuel. I mean, like you said, I have a little above 8 years experience doing, let me just say, data stuff. Not moved around a lot in terms of, so I started off my career with a Microsoft partner firm here in Lagos, Nigeria. Did about 5 years there of consulting. I mean, we're doing IT, B2B consulting, so we're consulting for companies, and that was what gave me exposure to different industries, basically. So if you hear me mentioning many industries, it's not as if I've moved jobs, but just that one job, I mean, afforded me visibility into, pharma, government, oil and gas, etc. So what happened? Did I get tired? Or I just needed new challenges. So so left the consultant life to I moved into FMCG. That's another company here in Lagos. Did about 2.5 years there. Then moved to a fintech. So currently I work with a financial technology company. We do credit tech. It's also a B2B. It's based in London, UK. I mean, in terms of technical abilities, I've moved across data. I think the only place I've not really touched on is maybe data science, but business intelligence, data engineering, analytics engineering. So
you are a core data professional.
I like to think so.
So outside of data, what do you do? Tell us three random facts about you.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. Okay, is this fun? Because I read a lot. I mean, wow. I read a lot. I know I read a lot.
Yeah, using glasses.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I read a lot. Some people call me a nickname that I don't want to mention here. But another fun thing is maybe movies. Yeah, I watch movies. But what would be interesting about that is I would rather watch a movie. I'd rather see a movie I've seen before than gamble my 2 hours on a new one. So so there are movies I've seen 13, 20 and on.
Wow. Wow, interesting.
So instead of gambling on a new one, I'd rather see something.
So we can watch a new one that
has a lot of hype.
Yes, referrals basically. A lot of you need to see that. So I mean, I have people I've put on a level, so if they are telling me this,
if they recommend, then you know that.
Yeah,
back in the day I used to play Scrabble. I used to teach. I don't know if that's fun, but I enjoy it. I mean, I used to crack a joke that if teaching can pay the bills, I would not even be doing white collar. I would just be training.
Wow. So, it's very hard to see a lot of people that are passionate about it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I enjoy it. I mean, that's me.
It's because I have plenty of stuff in there, so it's going to be very easy for you.
God, this is...
because you said you're a reader. If you are a reader, it means you are consuming a lot
of things.
So you have plenty of things inside you that you
just want to let out. Yeah.
And because you have so many, so you are willing to just dash out the little.
That makes sense. I'll take your word.
Okay. Let's get down into the business of today. So our topic is relating to modern data stack. The hype around it, the essence of modern data stack. But I'm very sure a lot of viewers don't even know what modern data stack is. So if you could just educate us with the wealth, of knowledge that you have. Yes, teach us, as what I said. Me, I don't know anyways, but I'm waiting for you here. Educate me.
Okay, so if you don't stop whining me, I'll just say modern data stack is a stack that is modern. The data stack that. Okay, that's on a lighter note. So modern data stack, or some people call it MDS. It's just, from the name, it's intuitive, right? And that's not me running away from, properly defining it, but it's just modern tools, technologies, techniques coming together to define what data workflows currently are. So, a bunch of tools that solve different problems across the data management lifecycle, analytics development lifecycle. And over the years, we've been doing data, but new challenges, new problem solving. So people have just conceptualized those challenges from maybe how we used to ingest data to how we used to orchestrate our pipelines, to how we used to even do analytics, and just finding out that there are better tools to do these things, and maybe the grouping or the collection of those tools that just exploded in the last maybe 5-10 years is what some people have just let's just call this modern data stack. Yeah.
Modern data stack. Okay. Because I think some people they confuse modern data stack with maybe having AI together with your data, because the fear back then, maybe like some 2-3 years ago, was that AI is coming to take your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was now a thing of if you want to come in as a data analyst or as a data whatsoever, better go back to your normal traditional white collar job that you have been doing, because very soon all those tech jobs.
But do you think this data analyst is a white collar job?
Farming.
I'll just
You go back to your
I'll just go and sell you sitcom. As simple as that.
Granite.
So that fear of everybody is going into data, and we are now seeing AI coming on board. And people are now feeling like very soon, AI, just like even when you want to design graphics now, you can just tell ChatGPT, please now, and it's there. So the same thing, you can have data sets and you just throw it out and Chairman, Afana, give me the insight, and it will even give you detailed insight. Okay. So the fear was now like, how is it going to be? And for the data stacks now, I've seen a particular tool that is going to do the data analytics aspect of it. It's going to do the ETL for you. Okay. It's going to do it is all rounder. It's like combining BI
into one,
everything inside one. So that thought of, is it AI powered, or it is what actually is what I think people used to confuse together as is it this or that?
Yes, can you clear that confusion for us?
Yes. So there are two different things, albeit related. So AI is something else. AI is AI is artificial intelligence, but if you look at how it started from a storytelling, it traditionally used to be on-premise. So on-premise, your maybe SQL Server on-prem. In the realm of big data, you're talking Hadoop, you're talking ADFS file systems and all those things. Then the advent of cloud came. Yeah. So with the advent of cloud is actually what really powers what we call MDS. Because cloud made the workflow change in a way. It made it change in a way. So traditionally, we used to, it was just ETL. You hear ETL, extra transform load. So you grab data from different sources, your APIs, your CRM, your ERP systems, and you bring it and you load it maybe to a data warehouse. Right. And you do transformation. So, but you do transformation, then you load. But now, with the advent of cloud, what it powered was like ELT. So we start hearing more of, we can actually grab this data from the different sources and dump them in. You hear data lakes, you hear lakehouses, all these different architectures. So things that combine the traditional warehouses with just your maybe sump of files. So the advent of Amazon's S3, you get Azure Blob, all those things. So early 2010s, those things came out. So those were the things that informed the modern data stack. So you now start hearing new toolings. So for ingestion, you start hearing things like Fivetran, Stitch, Airbyte. Do you get for ingestion, for maybe the loading process also, you start hearing, or the EL, there are some tools that even do both the extract and the load for you. And when the data lands in your, maybe your store, either a lakehouse or a warehouse, you now tools like maybe DBT, SQL Mesh, and all those things to transform. So all those toolings, again, is what we call MDS. So if we're now talking about AI, which is where we're going, that's conversation for maybe some other time, but that's something else. So it's more like augmenting our current workflow. Do you get? It's not really. Don't let me say it's not replacing, because my stance on that has changed. I saw something that scared me, and I'm like, this thing is coming for some people's jobs. But
That's what you saw.
Yes, we're going to. Suraj already touched on it, but yeah. So AI is just. AI, modern data stack are two different things. Just modern data stack, the stack that we all know. You know, when a tech bro meets a tech sis and you say, "What's your stack?" So it's just instead of mentioning some things that are maybe very old. Now there are new tooling based on problems. Do you get? Based on challenges. So they are just toolings that are better suited to solve some problems that either they are age-long problems or it's just better ways of doing stuff.
Just want to make your life easy.
Make life easy for you.
Easy. So he has his the hype side. Yes, he has his hype side, and he has the important things that people should really be looking at when you're talking about modern data stack.
Okay. So because for Airbyte now, I think I've seen, because another thing is to know that the modern data stack. That I've seen some people that they abuse the usage of, just like what you mentioned. They abuse the usage. The intention for creating this particular stack, this tool, is, for instance, I think AirStack is okay. You want to connect from a particular source and you want to drop it. So, but some people, they do some other things that are not. It's not even that you cannot do it there, but it is not ideal for you to do it. So there has been some kind of conception about the actual tool you are supposed to use. And we have tools flying around. They're
releasing a tool as you're speaking.
Someone want to make money.
So that thing of. And that thing, to sometimes, it can be overwhelming for someone that is a beginner, someone that is just entering into the data space. Now, you get in and you said, I don't know, maybe data analyst, like a BI person, can still really relate. But in the engineering realm, I know those guys have like tons of tools.
They are platform engineers. Everybody is now a platform data engineer.
So it's something that sometimes you just feel like, is data really it? So that's why I don't usually subscribe to going for the MDS first.
Okay.
Learn the fundamentals. I was part of one boot camp, and what the guy emphasized, Najib, was that it's not even about doing data engineering and learning tools or coding. You have to understand the fundamentals of data engineering itself. So you can be able to tailor your energy to what counts. So then you can now blend to any tool. And the tool is not even the main thing. Now, there are some people that in the past, they still use it, because I noticed that I mentioned something in one of our episode, and I was saying that, in the past or back in the days, they were using Excel VBA for analytics. I know there are some companies that use them right now. Yes, and it's just because of what feels good to them. Yes,
it works. It works. Yes, and it works well. I'm not even just saying, it works for their use case.
Yes, it works for them. So, but right now, it's something that there are some people right now, they are using a particular tool, and that tool, it is just, let me say, Airflow. Somebody knows Airflow in and out, but for some people, it is SSIS that they do their own stuff. Like SSIS for data engineering, they know their SQL like in and out. SSIS, SSAS, in and out, everything. And they do their engineering smoothly, no problem. So that kind of person now, if he wants to transition into using maybe Azure or AWS, it's going to take little effort to blend into those cloud conditions. So that's why I feel like it is very, very important to understand the rudiments of what you are doing.
100%.
So that when you now want to dabble into one tool or the other, you can easily acclimatize into the space.
100%. So I agree. So I mean, it's still, I feel is what maybe platforms like this, just trying to preach here, to get people focusing on the important things. Because in this our day and age, what we have is noise. Is a lot.
LinkedIn.
Is a lot. Like it's a busy world. Do you get it? It's busy. So, and it's like you said, it can be overwhelming for new entrants.
Yeah.
Do you get? So because it's just they enter into the space and they see this swarm of, and I feel even we, the professionals, we are the culprits because yes, you're talking to somebody and you're just throwing
buzzwords,
technical things around. So you're even already scaring them. You're making the onboarding not smooth for them. So they are thinking, I don't cook no mass before. Let me just go. I like because I saw some episodes before even coming on the show. So yeah, it's good that this kind of education. You basically said almost everything I was going to say. So getting people to focus on the right things, and there's some exercises I do on the side where maybe I'm engaging with mentees and okay, so what do you currently know? Power BI. Okay, do you know that? If I want to shake tables, I can go to I still have the article and I'm still going to release it. Yeah, go to a DBT community and just emphasize how similar, even though people don't see it, but how similar. If you focused on if your foundation is solid, your fundamentals are solid, you can quickly onboard. You can port to any tool. And you will not be blocked. You will not be blocked. What is happening is, and that is again what MDS, what is enabling and the advent of cloud and all these things is, tooling is now converging to something more software engineering. Do you get? So everything is converging to code. Almost everything is converging to code. So when you say, a Power BI, there's the GUI. Of course, there's the code side that most people are not exposed to. You write them and all those things. But usually, 90%, don't ask me where I got my number from. We'll just, click and they get the job done. But under the hood, if you're curious, there are things that have been abstracted away from you.
Right.
But it's actually the same thing you're doing. If you have a Python script, you fire up your VS Code, you create a new virtual environment. It's just that, okay, now I have this data frame, I have this other data frame, I want to merge them. In a Power Query environment in Power BI, you're just going to click a button, merge, it's going to do it. In your Python script, you're going to type this, you're going to specify, join equals inner df1, do you get on this key? Do you get? But if you've learnt data, maybe modeling from a tool agnostic perspective. Now we're not talking Power BI, we're not talking DBT, we're not talking BigQuery, we're not talking any tech. You know the concept.
It's concept of the time.
Your foundation is strong. Tools are coming out every day. I saw Excel recently. On LinkedIn, just scrolling through my LinkedIn, I saw an Excel challenge and the submissions. I'm like, is this still Excel? Because I'm seeing equals to let open bracket, lambda, zip. I'm like, when did Excel turn to this? Do you get? You see people, back in the day, you see unary operators, hyphen, something, if you look up index match, this, worst case, F11, you go to VBA.
It's called the Python but now, in Excel.
But now it has, so
Excel on steroids.
somebody that's focused on the tooling will get stuck.
Right.
But if you spend I call it the wild, if you spend your time in the wild mastering the fundamentals, they rarely change. Actually. Honestly, they rarely change. And it's, the fault is a two-way thing, but I feel even we, the professionals, are not doing a good job in onboarding people because, we say don't focus on the tools, but then when we talk a bit, we start mentioning tools, start throwing tools around. And if you don't mention tools, and that's another thing about technical people, right? If you don't mention tools, people start perceiving you as you don't know.
You don't know. Exactly.
So in the technical community, you have to. So what I usually tell, you have to mention those things. So what I usually tell people is, mentees, new entry, know your audience. Do you get? Know your audience. If you're talking to a technical audience, then you have to talk technical because that is what impresses us. Sadly, I put sadly.
Ego boosting.
Do you get? That's what you need to. Okay. So where's your YAML file? Okay, it's okay. So I spinned up 2 instances in AWS.
Fire this one up.
So But those things can actually be communicated in everyday language. Yeah, in everyday language. Yeah, you can communicate it in everyday language. So yeah, so if you're talking MDS, it's still, just tools that solve business problems better, data problems, which is basically the volume of data that we're getting now is way more than back in the day. Everything is generating data. Somebody might want to maybe look through all the videos in DataPod and just tell AI to give you the summary of everything without they don't want to watch each episode. Do you go to developer.youtube.com, call the API that will just this and some plug an AI agent to just say, okay, what are these people for the 4 or 5 episodes what are they talking about? And they just read the one page and okay. So but it's always good to understand what is going. Me, I'm very curious. So I'm that kid that would open the toy and what's inside, what is making sound in this radio. Yeah.
Because for me, bringing everything you've said into perspective, I think there's something that in my little, couple of months in the data field.
Months.
I just start.
When people are whining themselves, just
few weeks.
Just let them be.
Anyway,
now I take whining. People say, I say yes, I am.
I see that there's this Johnny Bravo syndrome, right? People, you know what a Johnny Bravo is now, big from here, then with tiny legs, and then you even look at a lot of even the senior guys, professional guys. I'm sorry, I'm not shading anyone, but we have to say the hard facts, truth here, right? People that you expect that this and that, but then when you throw out some fundamental stuff, they shake, they wobble around it. I'm like, but I expect that this, because how did you get it? But of course, we know that the capitalism world, it's a game of numbers. Can always, if you're able to plot 2 and 2 together, you get to the top, right? And you get right. So, but there's a lot of things that are missed out, because you look at a lot of guys, senior guys. Some of them don't even know more than select stuff from where this is this. That's all. Yeah. You don't know how to even optimize a query. You don't even know how to, write clean code, even in Python. And then you're like, how did you get here? Because speaking of MDS is here to stay, right? It's been here for a little while, and it's still there's going to be a lot of MDS, tools spinning up here and there. And where we have people say we have the data engineering scope has now advanced to platform data engineers now. We have a lot of them, which is good. Cloud technology and all, but leaving the fundamentals, because a lot of new and I tell, just like you said, some people. I tell a few people that I come across that first and foremost, and I feel this is also important for all these boot camps that are coming up, rather than focusing on the tools, because new people are gullible. People are entering data field, they don't even know their left from their right, so, and they only, just like kids now, kids get to what they see, what they introduced to from the start, and they get used to it, right? So, and then let's even say the new guys, the old takers, like they say, the old guys, senior guys, we can always find our way. They can always find their way around things because the experience is there. And but the new guys, if you get it wrong from the start, it's going to affect how you move on. So, how can we even close this gap, right? Right, while preaching the MDS gospel, right? But then it's also emphasizing that don't leave the fundamentals. The hype is there. The hype will continue to be there. But how do you marry the hype and then with what works, right? So I think about it, and I think something that is important.
I think the solution is just to keep stressing it. People. So it's a responsibility on both the preacher and the person receiving the sermon, right? So my own part is to tell you, see, these things are more important. But sometimes, maybe if you don't believe me, then that's on you. That's not me. Mine is to see, there's the place of mentoring, there's the place of, so learn this before this. If you know Power BI, I tell my people, if you know Power BI and they're asking you for a Tableau job, you can do, maybe before the interview, you can do a 3-hour crash course.
Crash
on
course.
Tableau.
I mean,
The
Same.
concepts are the same.
same.
The concepts are the same. You're going to have
Just
dimension
vendor that's
tables.
different.
You're going to have fact
Fact
tables.
tables,
You're going to
yeah.
have different kinds of
Functions.
fact tables. You're going to have functions. You're going to have, different things. Data warehousing concepts. You hear alternate keys, business keys, surrogate keys, slowly changing dimension, change data capture. All those concepts, they've not changed. I saw a meme recently, and somebody was saying, so I was Zuckerberg and his team streaming data before Kafka. Of course, they were doing it.
We're doing those things.
Do you get? Because people come as if, before Airbytes, people were not ingesting data.
Ingesting data. Are you whining me?
Or they were not orchestrating pipelines. First Bank is out. Like,
Right.
they've been doing data since. Of course, yes, maybe now there are some nuances that will move because of problems. Now, businesses are more, we're in a very fast-paced world. Nobody is patient again. So,
Yeah.
do you get? So, businesses you're hearing real time. But maybe back in the day, you hear things like maybe batch, they will run the job, the ETL job
The next
overnight.
day.
Then it's always T-1. Then the next day, you deliver
Yeah.
the reports. Everybody, all the stakeholders
They
understand
understand
that
that,
is one day still. But now, as
Near real time.
do you get? As people are even exploring your platform, they want to know who abandoned their cat. Do you get?
Yeah.
So people want to know, or fraud use cases. So as somebody is
Exactly.
trying to pull money on data, they want to know milliseconds latency lag, which is fine. The under the hood, the workflow is just optimizing what we already have. But it's not as if it's something. I'm cautious, but it's not as if it's something so revolutionary. It's built on first principles. Everything is built on first
Right,
principles. They always say,
right.
if you want a new idea, go and look at an old book.
Yes.
Old book.
Is built on first principles. So if you're talking, all these concepts, what are they? In Airbytes, they give you a UI. You declare your source and you declare your sync or your
Yeah.
destination, and it just moves it. Of course,
Connectors.
do you get connectors? They are inbuilt in the marketplace, and they give you if you can write Python, you can create your own custom
yeah.
connector, which you can even do in Power BI.
Power BI.
I've taught a class where I was teaching them Power Query SDK. So, but I didn't do that before I made sure they
Understood the fundamentals.
yeah. So it was
What's
like,
happening behind
we met in an academy, and there was this set I taught. They used to crack jokes back in the day when I was in my consulting company. So I would do Monday to Friday in my organization Then Saturday, Sunday, I'm going somewhere to go and train. And I was just, I'm teaching Excel, I'm teaching Power BI. So there was this class, for whatever reason, shout out to them. For whatever reason, they were just fast. So, and they were,
Covenants. I think they are mostly covenants.
I don't even know. They were just, it was even more of industry. They were more finance, accounting, investment banking
investment
kind of
banking,
people, corporate finance. So they were just very, very fast. I was teaching them Excel for work. So I told them the regular Excel, they picked it, did this thing. We moved on to Power Query, showed them a few things. They, went back to Excel, showed them a few automation. Go enter VBA straight. So we designed a simple form, and they were just grabbing it. But normally I was not supposed to go that far. But because they grabbed, I was sure.
Yes.
And I always tell them, first class, I know you people have come and learn this, but you guys are not going to pressure me to teach you C before
Don't
B.
pressure me.
I will never teach you C before B. So, because these are the things that scale. As I'm teaching you now, they are releasing some. It's tech. That is what we do.
It's moving.
Yeah, you see the tools, and you're like, everybody is saying their tool is the next best thing after
Because
sliced
you want to
bread.
sell markets.
Do you get how many data warehouses can you use? Snowflake, Redshift, AWS, ClickHouse, X. There are just a lot. DocDB. Everybody is just saying, this is 10 times faster. This one down now, as you're learning pandas, they are saying, there's Pyro, there's Polars. How many things do you? So the main thing is focus on the foundation. I think the issue with people, or maybe this thing with foundation, is you don't really gain a lot of respect while you're in the foundation phase. So most people, I don't know, maybe it's an ego thing. They just feel this foundation is like a disadvantage. Everybody is talking about these technical things that I don't understand. And me, I will now start talking. Everybody understands join. So why will I? But then, if you understand it well, you can
flow.
You can get on the project with somebody that has
That's
maybe
doing the
fraud
thing.
their way up, and you're not calling their bluff.
correct.
No,
Do you get? And
this
that's
should
what
be
is happening.
this. Yeah.
That's what is happening.
So is I think to answer your question, is just keep on preaching I think the awareness is more now actually than it used to be. It's
Another
more.
thing I see again
Yeah.
is still writing on that, like understanding the use case. Because okay, fine, you as a data professional, you're proficient using any of the MDS, any kind of MDS as they come. You they grasp them, you they swallow them. Cloud technologies, talk of AWS, but then you find yourself in a small startup where they don't have that data maturity, and maybe all that can work is maybe an SQL, right?
Yeah.
That is, transferring data. That has to transfer. Maybe you are a data engineer now, and then you have to just use pure SQL to move data from here to maybe another database or another store, right? Or just Python, basically. So now you are coming from a shiny, thing, and then you're getting here, and then you're like, okay, do the job, and then you're struggling.
Yes.
And that's what happens, right? So MDS is good, but are we talking about the cost? How many organizations can even can actually bear the cost of, because these MDS are running on heavy cloud platforms, AWS or Azure, right? They pay, right? And the more, because I remember there was a use case that we needed to deploy, or we needed to onboard one MDS and all of that, and then we're engaging the vendor, and then you're telling us yearly we have to pay, is it $36,000, and if we're going to do monthly, we're going to pay around $8,000 or is it $4-5?
I trust my business people.
And I'm wondering, is this sustainable? This thing is going to do all the fine basic ETL here and there, but as a data engineer, I know now this is not scalable, right? But then, for starters, even as a BI person, you can do your ETL.
Yeah.
I mean, Power BI you can do your ETL with Power BI, right?
Yeah.
I know. So understanding your use case will determine how agnostic you want to be, how far you want to go with tooling and the likes. But understand, when you have the fundamentals, anywhere you find yourself, if you find yourself in a village, you will be able to adapt. Yeah. If you go find yourself in a city, to adapt, right? So I feel like this thing is also not well spoken about, and people don't know.
Yeah. It's. I mean, to be honest, I'll put more if I don't like blame games, but if we were to say, we are stuck and we just have to put the blame, I'll put the blame on us. Even like maybe we are not communicating it properly. Maybe it's in the way we deliver trainings or the way we mentor people. But I just feel it's continuous, just that more content on the fundamentals, or maybe after the fundamentals, you now maybe share a roadmap into. So I'll give a use case, right? And it's still along the lines of what you guys have already mentioned. So it's more of from economics, high school economics, they will tell you resources are limited. And this is how business people think, because data people tend to think only about technology. You just want to sit behind our two screens and just type away. Do you get? But resources of the business, they're actually limited. So you can't say, you want $40,000 for a cloud spend, and you can't even really show me
the
impact. Do you get
the
how
value.
This is the ROI? So I mean, if you're doing finance, they will tell you from what's it called, sales turnover down to profit after tax. So we're incurring this. It's more OPEX now. You're incurring all these costs. How will it impact our bottom line? Your insights, are they that important that they would? Do you get that? Because if your insight is costing us money and we are not now, or making us
seeing the
losses,
value.
do you get? So the thing is, resources are limited. There's always a budget, and what we should focus on, if your foundation is strong, if you find yourself in an environment with limited resources, what most business people will do is they will give you something small So if you have a very, very solid POC, a very, very solid proof of concept with the little you've done, they can now say, oh, okay, there was a time you were talking about a data warehouse. Okay, maybe look into it and tell us the one that is, which was, I mean, true story. What happened to me in one of the projects I was on? Do you get? So it was the same old, what's it called? I mean, OLTP, the transactional systems, and they needed reporting before I joined. And what will happen is the regular OLTP system, then you just build views on top of it, and you just bring those views into the BI tool, Power BI, and just report. Of course, we are all technical here. We know that has its own limitation. Number one, you're sharing resources with the transactional system. So analytical workloads and transactional workloads, you're meant to separate them because two of them are competing for the same database resources. That's one. Two is transactional structures are not optimized for analytics. They are always in their, I mean, very normalized form. You want it flattened out a bit. There's no need for two separate tables for product and product category. It should just be products, and you've flattened it out too. Do you get? That's how we work in OLAP settings, right? But this is what they've given you. And maybe the budget for your team or something is maybe £1,000, $1,000 or something, and you cannot ask for a Snowflake or a Databricks or what you cannot. So you just have to show them that, okay, even with this architecture that is not maybe, I mean, if proper technical heads or geeks see, they will frown at it, but you can still churn out accurate numbers. There's no problem for there's no problem of different sources of truth, different numbers. Marketing saying, oh, the number is 12 million, and finance saying, no, it's 14.3 million, and they're asking where. So if you've mastered the fundamentals, all you just need to do, and it goes back to what you mentioned in the. So even though I know from a technical perspective that maybe Power BI can do this thing, but maybe it's not like 100% the best tool to do it, but then it's what I have. So that with my combination of my solid foundation, I can mimic something excellent. Do you get? I can deliver something excellent, very, very excellent. I understand that if you're doing reporting, the bedrock is dimensions must conform. There's something, I mean, Raf Kimber and all those guys, they will tell you about conform dimensions. So dimensions must conform. I'm conforming my dimensions. I know when to reference and to duplicate and this. So I'm doing that, and because all these things, we're data people, but it's not as if software engineers can actually do it.
Right, true.
They can do it. I mean, before I came on board, it was software engineering that was handling
the database reporting.
But all they know is they're just going to write views on top of the OLTP system and surface it. They occasionally they're going to get issues of numbers not speaking to themselves, number not tallying because they don't know the concept of facts and dimension tables. So they will write the same query over and over again. They'll probably not use CTEs where they're meant to use CTEs. All those kind of things. They will just, subquery everything. They'll probably not version it or things like that. But they've given you this thing, and you can't just come and say, oh, like you said, without Snowflake, I can't work.
You get
You need, I learned this early. You need a POC. You need to get more, you need to show what you can do with the little you have. So I came on board, and this is this. So what's happening here? Yeah, there are better ways to do this, but the first thing is even took over the Power BI environment. Crashed the first thing I used to brag back in the data. If I enter your Power BI environment, you know that somebody has come. This
is reminding me of that struggle you're having.
So I'll crash it. By 80%, 90% refresh time, I'll crash it because I can bet that, and it's still an offshoot of how people have learned. They've not learned the right things. Do you get? They are materializing the same table over and over, calling it in different places. Meanwhile, you're supposed to conform something. It's not even a license issue. You're just supposed to, just structure your architecture in a particular way. And this is all Power BI. But there's this side of it that people don't even explore. People don't know, apart from just drag, drop, create fancy charts, something. So when you do that, we did that. I crashed the data refresh time. just collapsed everything. Things that are meant to be data flows are data flows. They are not in models. So mostly your dimension tables, they should just be data flows. They should just, your date table, your date table should just be refreshing only once in maybe in a year. You should
How
not be
many
calling
times
it.
is changing?
Do you get? I use date is date.
We are using SP in Power BI.
Do you get? So it's just there, and you have that structure that you deliver, and everybody like they immediately they feel it that somebody is saying it can take 1 hour, or they have to wait 2 hours on a Monday morning before they do meeting. They can do it immediately. Refresh Samsung in 3 minutes. Data sets are refreshing, and and I mean the CEO is coming to your DM to say, nice
Thank
work, this, and you're making just compartmentalizing things, but you're not telling them on top of it. So you've bought that's a quick win.
Yeah.
So you've bought leverage to say,
I want this.
we need a warehouse.
Right.
We need a data warehouse. This is not, because all these initiatives that you're saying now, we have about 13 API vendors that we are speaking to. So all these things, if you want to really integrate, we want to integrate Mixpanel, Google Analytics into our ecosystem. We want to do customer churn, all these things. We will need a warehouse. Power BI, although it can do it, I'm pushing it beyond the boundary of what is meant for.
Yeah.
But they already see that it's promising with, this person knows what they are saying.
Right.
So, that happened for, then, the sweet side, we raised money, about 50 million pounds, everybody was happy, this. So, what happens is just, so Favor, that's data warehouse that you're talking, because now, there's cash is king, right?
Let's try it.
Do you get? So, look for the ones that will suit our use case and this. And when it came, now we have a warehouse, what do we do? The views from Power BI, because they've been built in a maybe model-friendly way. So it mimics that medallion architecture of you have source, staging, gold, bronze, silver, source, staging, intermediate, and math models.
Yeah.
So if they are referencing each other, you've built it in a way. So the first thing is, you do your extract and load. Do you want to use custom Python script, or you want to use maybe a vendor to 5-channel stitch? If there's £100 per month, or you port it, the data lands in BigQuery. What else? You start transforming. You don't need to transform much. You pick up DBT. What would DBT do? Best practices. Those best practices are from what? Are just ideas that we borrowed from software engineering. So your version controlling your your code.
Modularizing
your code. So there's a source layer where you're not touching it. There's a staging layer, one-to-one mapping with the source. You can actually do all these things in Power BI. I tell people, so when I'm teaching you, I used to train a lot back in the day. So when I'm training and I see you do something, but the issue is there are many things you can do that will work. So people always think that, if it's not going to work, it means that it's wrong. There are wrong things that will work. It's just that when the storms of life come back, they won't stand. Do you get? Yeah. So it's not everything that, let me just stop there. So it's not everything that people always say, if I do something wrong, maybe an error will pop up on my screen. And no, it will allow you to do it. So when maybe students are turning in their assignment, I tell you to do something, and you now go to watch a zero to hero course, and you do it, and I'll be like, I'm not egoistic, but this is not what I taught you. And you say, I never taught you to put date table in DAX. I taught you to put it in Power Query. And if you have access to the data warehouse or your source system, it should even be
Come
there.
from there, yeah.
But if it's not there, worst case, maybe a data flow, maybe how your team is set, or maybe you don't have access to the workspace, then it should be in Power Query. But never, ever put, but it just works. I saw a tutorial. I didn't teach you that. Then, that's being gentle. Then you now don't stop there. You now show them why you don't do that, or you explain if there's time to, do this, open up the performance query, see what is happening. You're using, so it's calculating this on the fly, instead of it to just be something like is static. It's just coming. It doesn't need to calculate it at runtime. When you're clicking refresh, reduce the number of calculated objects in your, even things like calculated columns. reduce it. Like reduce calculated columns with DAX, write everything as measures. So, I mean, if you can, as much as you can, and most times you can. So, I mean, it's just this. So when you now, okay, you've done that, you now pick up DBT. I'm now getting, what's it called? Comments like, my, what's it called? My new team member is now saying, oh, my lead is now saying, how come we are moving this fast on the modeling layer? And I'm like, it's because the legacy architecture that we're moving from was properly architected. It was built for a time like this. So you can easily port
it
to another. So when I now, brought everything to DBT. Now this is production. Brought everything to DBT. I had all my staging tables, about maybe 30 something of them. I already knew all these concepts.
right
Source and staging, one-to-one mapping for lineage purposes, so that you can say this table, this is where it came from.
Yeah.
Do you get? So that's that layer. You're doing light transformations. You're not doing heavy things, so that you can see how the data came. That's what that layer is for. Maybe light transformation. Maybe if you have a date time field, you're splitting it into two fields, date and time. That's all. But you can say, okay, this STG underscore this table is from this table. That's all you're doing. And DBT will, and that's the whole essence of. So I always try to, I will tell my friend, I can break this you people's table, because why this thing is shining is because people have actually not learned the foundation. If you've learned the foundation, if you know it,
it's a scale on steroids.
Do you exactly?
It's a scale on steroids.
It's just now enforcing. They've now enforced best practices.
Best practice around.
You version your code, you test it, you do CI/CD, so bad code does not get to production, and all those things.
Documentation.
Do you get? You exactly. It generates documentation for you. Few commands on your terminal. Docs generate. DBT docs generate, or DBT docs save, and it shows you that lineage, and it can even be a data dictionary you can host it on Notion for the entire business to see. So I mean, and this is you not learning DBT from ground floor with just your arsenal of Power BI. So if you've learned something, the beauty on SQL, the beauty of it is the knowledge is, so you're not just overwhelmed when they say, oh, now is Metano, is Periscope, is Chatio, is Mode, is SQL under the hood. Everything is running SQL under the hood. Everything is running,
Yeah, so I want to ask one controversial question now.
Okay, let me run away.
Trigger one.
I've seen someone that is a data engineer, and somebody was asking him that, what do you use for your ETL? Like for extraction, for loading, for, he said Python.
Okay.
This one called Python. That one, Python. This Python. So it was not like, so that guy had to, the person had to go on WhatsApp and dropped it on WhatsApp status that I found like a data engineer that uses just Python.
I think Pascal is like that.
Because it was like, is it possible? Just
it
Python.
Has been from
just Python. So now the controversy now is going to be that. First, I want to ask, is Fabric, Microsoft Fabric?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it MDS2? One. And if it is, because I've had different people with different opinion about Fabric, that is it really like that tool that we're supposed to subscribe to? Is it not just like a defined way of just getting money from enterprises? Or like, is it really worth subscribing to, or having that Python knowledge, that Fabric knowledge or skill? Because I've had different things, and I'm part of the Fabric community, and they have different view about this thing. And even you will be surprised that there are companies out there throwing out applications, and you will see that you must have like Fabric, maybe certification or Fabric knowledge. So what do you think about Fabric?
What do I think about Fabric? So I was one of the people that, was very, very skeptical when it came out. It's possible I even wrote some things that were very, very, because I used to be in the communities. I used to be very, very, I have strong opinions. So, when it came out, I'm just like, these people, they just want to ride on the success of Power BI, and they just want to, because, we know Microsoft, right? So, you succeed in this product, so you can just bundle this thing, and because people are already locked in, you can always, upsell. So yeah, Fabric. To be honest, I've not explored Fabric that much. So when Fabric was being rolled out was when I was telling myself, okay, I'm tired of Microsoft ecosystem.
Okay.
Let me look for something else. I want to learn AWS. I want to go open source. I want to, build on my Python. I don't want to be locked in to a vendor. But the main thing is it's market based. It's market. In an ecosystem like ours, in Nigeria, Fabric will be popular because of, obvious reasons. Like people already use Microsoft 365, people already use Power BI. People, even post-COVID, most people don't even really talk Tableau anymore. Like Power BI is just gaining ground. And Europe also, in Europe, they are big on Power BI. So if you're already big on Power BI, it's easy for Microsoft to say, well, we sold you beans. See bread. It's very, very easy. But again, he boils back to, okay, maybe because you said you wanted to deviate, but he boils back to the founder. Because when you explore Fabric, they will call it experiences for you. So there's data engineering experience, there's the analytical engineering experience, there's DBT inside of Fabric, there's there are data flow gen 1, data flow gen 2, all those things where there's the concept of lakehouses. Do you get? But if you're working without vendor locking, it's still the same concept. You're working with open data, open table formats. Do you get your deltas, your iceberg, do you get? They are just, what are they doing under the hood? Ensuring integrity of transactions, ACID. Do you get? Layering it with maybe SCD so that you can track the foundation. Honestly, the foundations do not change. I don't know. I think we're not stressing it enough. The foundations do not change. And that foundation, if you spend time in the wild, you can fly from there. So it's a case where 0 year you're learning, 1 you're learning, 2 years you're learning. Then instead of the 3 years to just be linear, at year 3, you're just talking like somebody like year 10. Because you really, so at the point, the growth will no longer be linear, to just be, do you get? Like we built our, the DBT model, the pace I call the DBT edge, somebody I know in the community that is a very, very Okwemi. I know that he has been shouting DBT he has been preaching the gospel of DBT from 2022, Fabi. And I'm like, okay, please, I need a session with you. I just want to kick ideas around. And when I piped the tree of the project, it's like, it was just, solid, perfect. This. I was just, and I was even asking more advanced, and he said, your use case does not even involve all this, because I was asking you CI/CD workflow, all those things. So if you want to commit it to, SQL flow to link to your code and all those, and he was just saying, perfect, this, all those things I mimicked with when I had very, very little resources. So yeah, MDS is there. People should focus on the important things. Focus on when you click refresh in Power BI, what it's doing is similar to Airflow, but there's a way to break it down. That's story for another day. When you actually, it's actually orchestrating your transformation, everything from the source. And it's just abstracted away from you. So the issue is, when you're in an open source environment or in a Python environment, all those things, because you don't want to pay for it, you now have to code it yourself. Yeah. That's the difference.
Okay.
And that's open source. So when you now want to wonder about maybe things that will now make your project enterprise grade, which is maybe scale, security, all those things, you will be the one to maintain that yourself. Instead of managed services that, okay, you just pay $100 to Fivetran and they will do it for you, or you toggle a button to backfill your pipeline for you, all those things. Now you, as a dev, now you have to code all those edge cases and you have to maintain it. Your team has to be strong on Python, because you don't want to pay somebody that has done the job and abstracted away all those things from you. It's all the same thing on that.
I think what you just mentioned is like a good justification for why MDS is here.
Is here. Someone said it. I said it. Is there. We just need to learn to adapt.
So we've In fact,
this
today's
another boot
session
camp?
was it was
Because no, he
I
said
feel
he's a trainer, so he literally just
So it's
wait,
very
I
normal.
want to
and
make
he's,
a public
saying that he
appeal.
had left the training life. What is this?
No,
Don't be
please,
training life with this.
me, I want to make a public appeal that I beg. Sorry, I mentioned your DM. Please, you guys let me beg Samuel. Though I mentioned your DM because I mean this episode was so insightful. Like, and DataPod, we are promising you to take it up the notch. So be expecting more exploding episodes as we are going.
of
So
course.
Samuel, just
We're going to have you more.
give us one word. Yes, exactly. We're going to have you again and again and again. But just give us one word, in summary. Like, yeah.
Yeah, in summary, in your data journey, I mean, guys, data is not. It's like every other thing. If you apply yourself, you fly. So apply yourself. Know why you're doing what. I mean, to deliver an analytic system or analytic workflow, there's the tools and there's the process and there's people. So PPT.
Process first before tools.
Yeah. Before
process before
tooling
tool,
our
yeah.
technology. The tools, I mean, it's a joke, but as we're talking like this, a new tool is coming out. So,
Yeah.
So focus on your fundamentals, like on the foundation. If somebody is training you, ask why. If they don't have time to tell you why, pen it down, go and look for why. Go and look for the why. I mean, read documentation.
Yeah.
Read,
That's
do you
like
get?
quote. The why is more important than the how.
Yes. So ask why.
Yeah.
I mean, I think AI will take some of our jobs.
We'll get there.
We'll
don't
get
worry.
there. In fact,
Nobody knows my-
you come and tell us why.
Nobody
You
knows
will
my
come
house
and tell
address.
us why.
So
No, you will tell us now. You have to
position
tell us.
yourself. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel. Thank you so much. It was really an insightful episode. I'm very sure our viewers can tell, right? You can watch this episode over and over and over again. There's so many explosive things. So I'll say what I just took out from this episode. Understand the foundation and all the tools are the same. I think I mentioned it myself in the previous episode. I said it's controversial, but at least I know now it's not controversial because my boss has already affirmed it. So so thank you guys. We've come to the end of this episode. And do well to like, share, subscribe, and follow. And look forward to more of our episode coming. Just we are going to up it. We're
Coming
upping the
hot.
notch. Yeah, we're bringing it back hot. So bye, guys.